So, all right. So we now know everything that's going on. We're ready to do this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go. You are now listening to I Want My Podcast Studios production. And I know you want your damn podcast. Here you go.
Life in the fast lane.
All the time.
Life in the fast lane.
And welcome back, everybody. Heck yeah, Life in the Fast Lane.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Hell yeah, the Eagles classic song, everybody. But anyways, welcome back to a brand new episode of I Want My Podcast, The Single Life. I am one of your hosts, Miguel.
I'm EJ Edmonds. I'm the other one. Hello again. Happy New Year, everybody. Let's go ahead and throw that out there.
Yep, Happy New Year, everybody. And I hope everybody had a good time. I hope you ate a lot. I hope you spent all the time with your family and everybody that you love. And I hope you're ready to cover or watch some new trash TV, because this year is gonna be even better, probably the way that the world is going.
Yeah.
So all the entertainment that we can to keep us busy, distracted a little bit, just to not think of all the horrible things happening. So,
yep.
Anyways, today we're going to be covering the Single Life Season 2, Episode 8, Love in the Fast Lane.
Didn't like it.
That's what I should have. You didn't like it?
Not really, no. I mean, I get what they were trying to do, kind of. Once again, this is just okay. This is about a C again.
Yeah. I mean, I like you said, I get it too. So I would say C minus. No, you know what? I'll leave it a regular C, just normal C, because they tried.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting better.
We're trying.
They're getting better. So we're grading them on the curve now. Is that what's happening? Right?
It's a new year.
Yeah, nobody's as dope as us with this shit. So we'll just grade y'all according to y'all stupid ass skill levels over there. Right?
Boom.
That's
there
what
it
we're
is.
doing.
And before we move on, EJ, I got two things that we need to address real quick.
Whatever could that be?
First of all, I want to give a huge welcome to Wendy and Jessica.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for joining our little Patreon family. We appreciate you being here. Please enjoy the huge library that we have. We have over 300 episodes on Patreon with lots of different cast members from the show. So all you got to do is go to the search engine on Patreon and type in their name, and the episode should pop right up. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining in. We appreciate you. And like EJ says, kisses on your forehead. Right?
Mwah. Those are for you guys. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Now, let's move on to the episode. This one was a pretty fun one. Some of these cast members, I was happy to see them fall apart. Some of these cast members, I was a little upset to see them fall apart. So let's get into it. Let's start with the one and only Syngin.
All right. And our boy Syngin is making his way from Connecticut to Arizona. Okay. And he's saying once the episode starts, like, look, he's sad and he wants to turn around and say goodbye just one more time. But he was like, nah, fuck it. It's time for me to start my life over. So I'm going to do that. All right. The trip usually takes like a day and a half, but he says he's going to make an adventure out of it because he's Syngin.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. So you see him jamming out to some music and camping and driving through the rain. You see him stop in Nashville. He was on Route 66 somewhere. And then he was in Texas eating some steak. And he was at the Grand Canyon. He looked like he made a go of it, bro. He looked like he had a good trip. I ain't mad at him.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him. And then after about 10 days, he makes it to Arizona. And he knocks on the door and he's greeted by his friend Aaron. Mm-hmm. Aaron is a South African, one of his friends from South Africa. I guess they used to play rugby together, and that's how they know each other.
Yeah,
but
I believe it was at the wedding as well.
Yeah, and he also married an American woman and moved from South Africa to here.
Boom.
Yeah. So they have some common ground. So good for you, Syngin, for finding a guy, right? And then in South African form, Aaron offers Syngin a drink. So they sit down and they talk about Tanya and what's going on with them. And Syngin says they hadn't spoke. They didn't speak for like the first couple days. And then she started reaching out to him to make sure he's safe and make sure the car is okay. I think this is all going to be an ongoing thing. She's going to be reaching out to him long after he wants her to keep reaching out to him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things where he'll eventually goes back, and then they
you think he's going to go back to her
together. Yep. Then they realize that they suck together, so he moves back to Arizona, and then they do that a couple of times, and then realize, yeah, this isn't for us. But then eventually they just become Lazy and Shane, or Lazy and Big Daddy.
I hope not. I hope we've seen the end of them.
Where they can't just quit each other.
Yeah, but I'm not so much even like, I didn't hate Tanya this season. I didn't hate her this season. Exactly.
Because you
I didn't see her do much bullshit. Like all of the stuff she was saying, we were actually saying with certain things, we actually agree with her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she and once again, like I said, I do think people can grow up. I think people can change. Maybe she realized that the way she was moving was kind of unsavory. Maybe she watched last season and was like, I need to get my life together.
Well, no, because she actually, her first season, she was a nightmare. The second season, you'd think, wow, I am a nightmare. I should really like chill my tits. But then she didn't. She was actually not worse, but we got to see why she snapped on him. But then again, she kind of like pulled her bullshit too. So it was like,
they were both they're both equally at fault for the bullshit that was their relation or their marriage. Let me not downplay what they had going on. The bullshit that was their marriage.
Yeah.
Right. And so Aaron invites Syngin out with him and his wife tonight to possibly meet somebody. Yeah. So, of course, they're going to a bar because it's Syngin. So later they all head out to Oso Eatery and Brewery. All right. And it's his first night in Arizona. He's ready to start his new life. And they start his huge welcome with tequila shots.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
Of course. And then he explains to his new friends how he ended up here and like kind of what happened with his last relationship. And he's starting to get more questions from this blonde girl named Kira.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Blonde girl named Kira. Cute girl, by the way. And she's showing him attention and he's worried because he don't really got game like that no more because he ain't been hollering at no chick since about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Tried 2 weeks ago when he was trying to go on a date with somebody and his wife at the time was like, yeah, we don't do that here.
But that was a coworker. That wasn't technically like game. Like, you see what I'm saying? And he didn't actually go on a date.
But he was talking to somebody, so.
True. But this is different. This is face to face. Like when you're messaging somebody, like you could sit there and like get a message. You can freak out and then compose yourself and then answer. You can't do that in somebody's face. You get what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
You could think about what you're fixing to say.
Different.
Yeah, it's harder to do that in person. So I get him. I get what he's saying. And he actually stumbles his way through with some sort of dignity. So shout out to him for that. And I'm happy for him. And out of his pitch to her, he has a date tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay. He has a date tomorrow. Hold on. Congratulations. Onwards and upwards, boy. That's what I'm talking about. And he feels all ready. And I hate when people use stuff like this. Kira is a breath of fresh air. Like, bro, you known her for 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, he's saying that because he's basically thinking, oh, this girl doesn't, step all over my dreams or like whatever my opinions are. Like, she's like actually thinking that my lifestyle is kind of cool.
I'm sure Tanya didn't right away either.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But you also have to keep in mind that, Syngin, first of all, and I'm glad that they reminded me of this, but he grew up in the bush, which means like in the country. So he's like a free spirit man who likes to drink, and that's what she knew. And she tried to change him. And then when that didn't happen, obviously shit hit the fan.
Dude.
So now when he's with this girl, she's going to be like, oh, great. This guy's cool and he's here. But like little does she know, like, yeah, but he doesn't have a job and he doesn't like, he only makes his TLC money. Yeah. And he's just gonna like, drink all the time and do the same thing. And then he's probably gonna move to another town and find himself another Tanya or another Kira or
Yeah, I mean, right now he's in the fucking sweetie store, right? That's what he is. Yeah.
Maybe we'll go back to South Africa. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think that you put lofty expectations on people, and what you see is, or what you realize is, people will do what they need to do or say what they need to say to get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and if she wanted to be on TV, all I got to do is sit here and ask this fucking maniac some questions, right? And all of a sudden, my name gets shout out on fucking TLC.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? She knows what's up. She knows what this is. Why not want to be on the screen? Be like, yeah, I'll date this motherfucker if I can get on TV. Bet. So do I think this is something? Probably not. But I mean, you see that. Like I have, that's been a whole thing about me. You gotta tell people how you really feel before y'all start anything. And there's going to be some more talking about this in another segment later in the episode. Yeah. But that's just how I feel. Like I just think he's seeing it as something, and it's not going to be that. All right, so tell me what you think about this situation. How you think it's going to go?
It's going to go the same way. There's always, I mean, you've seen this relationship before.
A million times.
Different people. Right. Yeah. You've seen it a million times before. It's happened. So history will take its course, and this girl will be like, oh, I thought you were a cool guy. I didn't know all you did was, go to bars, get fucked up, and then just play with your hair all day. Yeah.
Which is pretty much what he does.
Which is what he did with Tanya. Which is what he
just walks around shirtless and drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, hey, if that's your thing and you're not hurting anybody, go for it. But if you are in a relationship with, or like trying to impress another person, then it's like, ooh, all right, maybe slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it's like she's like remember she was like Syngin is adventurous, and no, what he presented to you sounded dope. What he actually is ain't so much dope.
Yeah, that's why when I meet somebody new, I'm always like there's no way that because like everybody tells you like, oh yeah, dude, I got this podcast and I got this thing going on, and like my life is like, I'm like, your life is in check this week, and you know it. Your life is not in check. Your life is in check this week. That's it.
Yeah.
My dogs agree with me, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, like, people present it like that. It is what it is.
Oh yeah.
They're all excited. So.
All right, I think that's all I got for them. They gave us a pretty short segment. He just made it out to Arizona. He took a few selfies at places across the country, and he took some shots with tequila and met a blonde chick at the bar. That was the condensed version of everything that just happened, right?
That's perfect.
And now we're on to the next, and let's talk about our girl Debbie.
Yes, please, let's do it. So, Debbie and her friend. By the way, do you know her friend's name? I keep forgetting it. Audrey. Okay.
How you forget Audrey's name?
Debbie pull up to Edward. Huh?
How you forget Audrey's name?
She's been on the episode twice. And I'm typing. So when I type, I don't look up. I don't look up at the screen unless she said the name, which she didn't.
No, it did. It did get said this episode.
Debbie said it?
No, it was on the thing. Audrey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I look down when I'm typing because I can't type in. I'm not that talented or skillful. So I have to look down at what I'm typing. So I didn't see the screen. So I didn't get her name. But I did see that they went to Eggwork because that's like the spot for Debbie. Right. Over there, her friend Audrey gets water. Simple, just water, tap water, nothing exciting. And Debbie she's a TV star now. She can't just be seen around town getting water. So she adds a mimosa to that.
Yeah, she's a baller and a socialite. Like she ain't got time for all this.
Yeah, she's a TV star now. So they chat about how she went on a date, how it went well, and how the next day she got ghosted. And her friend is just like, well, he's just a jerk then. Then Debbie says, you know what? I never heard back from him. And that just bothers me, Like I should have. But he didn't call.
Nope.
And now she's getting like, I don't know. This was very like, almost like entitled. Because like, it's not like he was a great catch. You know what I mean?
It wasn't about that. It was the whole ego thing.
It was
Because a lot of
you
the
know what
time,
it is?
like that shit don't matter, man. Like it could have been a really hideous dude if she had a decent time and they agreed to go out on a second date for whatever reason, even if for nothing else, just to go and hang out and shoot the shit, throw a couple beers back. She got ghosted. That's a shot to the ego.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that Jay's a catch. I just think Jay is the most attainable that she's ran across in her adventures so far.
Not the most, but the only one.
How is he
You know
not
what
the
I mean?
most?
Like,
Well, he's not. Yeah, I guess. Tell the story.
The only one. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he's not technically attainable. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, it is like she basically put all of her eggs in that J basket, and the J basket ended up being broken and not there whenever she wanted to, put her eggs in there again. And it didn't work out for her. It didn't work out. And she's going on and on and on about this. And she goes, you know what? Let's do a little digging. Why don't we check social media? So they go on Facebook.
Let's be some
they go
nosy
on
bitches.
Twitter.
Let's do it. Right?
Yeah, let's just do this for fun. And she does. Debbie Googles him and finds him. And the friend is like, wow, yeah, no, this dude looks shady. And I kind of agree, but he was also kind of like soft, like he just looked like a soft man.
He looked
Like
dopey
a
to
regular
me.
Joe. Dopey.
Yeah, he looked a little dopey. Like just
Okay,
really.
I can get behind that.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm all full of women and cobble, cobble, cobble. Right? Just really like a dope.
Where are we going? I don't know. It's in GPS.
Yeah.
Then we found out that Jay is a married man.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a married man.
Yeah.
And he has a wife named Deborah.
All right.
And Debbie's like, OMG, everything is a lie. He's also 62. Can you believe that? And then she goes on a talking head in the middle of the restaurant to tell us exactly how she feels about Jay.
A 62-year-old married loser, rat bastard. Low life scumbucker, rat bastard.
Sounds about right, huh?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And the friend is like, well, what should we do with all this information? Debbie's like, let's take a ride to his house. And she's like, yes, let's roll. And I was like,
Yes.
that's a friend right there.
Yeah.
That's a friend right there.
Because Audrey
You don't
loves
go,
drama. Why you think she even why you think her and Debbie tight like that? She sits there and she laughs at all Debbie's drama. That's their deal.
Exactly.
Like she don't even really drink like that. She just she likes to listen to Debbie get drunk and tell stories.
Like one night I slept with a Marlboro man. Like, oh, boy, you did, Debbie. Tell me again.
Yep. That's what it is. Debbie is entertainment for Audrey.
But of course, Audrey kind of like gets it and tries to egg her on to go to this people at to Jay's house. But obviously they don't. But
I mean, she was thinking about it because Debbie ain't no fucking side chick. Okay.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But like what I'm saying is like, okay, so she had this crazy idea. And the friend was like, let's roll, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, cool, you have my back. So now let's just kind of sit here and talk more shit about Jay.
Yeah.
And that was
what
probably
it
the
is.
best way to deal with it, to be honest with you. So shout out to the friend.
Come on, they're old. Like, what are they gonna do? All right, I mean, they're not about to go put on their little black mask and everything and go like snooping around his house. And like, if you do find his house, what are you really gonna do? Are you just gonna pop up on at somebody's house, right? Mm-hmm. And depending upon where they're at, people can have guns at their house. So you're just gonna go knock on the door with your phone open to show her text messages between the two of you?
Yeah,
you know?
I left your voice message.
And how in the
Where the
fuck, if
fuck
that's
are
the
you?
case, I think he's I don't know that he's still like with this person married. I'm gonna go with that.
They're separated.
I think so. Because you got to look at this. Like, it's really ballsy for you to go onto a dating app, take somebody out on a date, have it be on national TV, and be like, yeah, my wife ain't never gonna find this shit out.
Well, you did say Jay looked kind of dopey, so.
There's a difference between dopey and stupid. I ain't say he looks stupid. I said he looks dopey, right?
He just seems like the kind of person
Because
that
for
wouldn't
you to
think
be like, to
twice.
step out on your wife that you live with to go out on a date and then tell people, hey, we didn't meet on a dating app, but the whole world knows y'all met on a fucking dating app.
In that you stood
Okay,
her up.
maybe he is
Close
stupid.
her.
Maybe you're right. Now that I think about it, maybe he is stupid. Okay.
So now he's stupid and a jerk because he ghosted her too.
Yeah. That's what it is. Like, how dare you?
But yeah, that's it. It ends there. Obviously, the preview was very interesting because we see Debbie and Audrey and Colty driving somewhere. It doesn't tell you where, but it looks fun. It looks exciting, and it looks dramatic. So I can't wait for next episode.
Oh yeah, and I just want to go ahead and is it possible to give him like an early look for the royal court because of this?
Debbie?
No,
Oh, Jay.
Yeah.
Again? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, nothing's got resolved. Shit just got worse from the last time he got one.
Perfect.
You see what I'm saying?
Totally okay with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Just want to throw that out there. You ready to keep it moving?
Yeah, he's got to be the first person in this show's history to get 2 nominations in one actually King Shit of the Week without being on the episode.
He's been on a segment.
Yeah, and that was enough.
Yeah, he's not making a good case for himself. But yeah, we'll see.
Sean right now is looking at him like,
goddamn.
How do you do that? Sean from Love After Lockup.
Yeah. Oh, we do a lot of cross reality show jokes because we cover so many of them. So keep up is all I'm saying.
Doesn't it feel like you're
because these tickle the fuck out of us, and so we're not about to stop doing it.
But doesn't it feel like you're friends with these people? Like you know so much about them and everything, and you go, God damn. Like,
I mean, it's people watching.
I know you changed your oil.
Yeah.
I know what you do, and kind of feels like it. But anyway, so let's move it right along because this one was one of my favorite segments of the show. So let's go with Jesse and Jennifer.
Okay. So we are a couple days away from Jesse leaving and going back to Europe. And he and Jennifer are out on a boat, taking in the beautiful Colombia scenery. Where they're headed, we don't know. Then we find out they're headed to a private island that he found. What did he do? Google it or some shit? Google private islands and
he does this like luxury thing where he like that's like his quote unquote job. So part of his quote unquote job is to like go into this luxurious places and kind of like take selfies there and then just kind of like put them on Instagram so people can go, that's a dope place. I want to go. So he calls himself a luxury nomad, but he's just a plain old influencer.
Yeah, touche. Well, I mean, whatever makes it sound better. Influencer ain't cool no more, so you got to call it something else.
Luxury nomad.
Yep. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're headed to this private island in the boat, and he's taking pictures with his iPad, and they're taking selfies and whatnot. And they show up, and the island is nice. Okay, he wants the trip to be special because he wants to make her fall in love with him, and he basically says that if Jennifer doesn't say "I love you" back in the next couple of days, they're not going to work. He said that.
You know why he wants her to say that, right?
Ego.
So that he can go home going, I got her in my pocket.
Oh yeah, it's ego. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a whole lot of what it is. And I think it's a little early. And like, I feel like if you're in a relationship with a person, okay, it's your responsibility to convey those types of feelings once you are ready to do it. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I'll say that again, just for people in here in fucked up relationships. It is your responsibility to convey those feelings once you are ready to do so, not when you get pressured into doing so. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if she never ended up loving Jesse, okay, he played his whole hand and it's not a big deal. You said how you feel. Don't feel bad about it. If they don't feel the same way, it is what it is. You just have to figure your life out after that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Dude, it's kind of like the old arcade games with the tokens and the quarters. You remember those? Like, please deposit $1 to continue game. Like, please say I love you back to continue this relationship. Like, that's what it feels like.
That's exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And then it puts your countdown 10, 9.
You better hurry up. We're running out of time over here. Where that dollar at? Right?
Get your mom.
Yep.
Get you another quarter.
Yeah. So then the next day they got their yoga mats and they head out to a gazebo on the island to do tantric yoga. And they're greeted by their yoga instructor, Harold. All right, can I go ahead and say I wasn't expecting this. It tells me how much I don't know about Latino dudes and the name Harold. Maybe it's something that happens a lot more than I realize.
It doesn't even sound like a cool name in Spanish.
Well, this one apparently, according to the what they typed there, is Harold without a D. Which I mean, technically, it's still Harold. Harold is all the same. I don't know, but
yeah, but like, I'm trying to say it in Spanish. Say, hola, mi nombre es Harold. Like, it doesn't sound like cool or like peaceful, or it sounds odd.
okay, so it's
Like,
not
there's
a Miguel. I get it. Okay.
No. Like, there's a soccer player. His name is James Rodriguez. But like for like the English announcers, whenever they announce him or whatever they said, talk to him, they were like, "Oh, so James, what do you think about?" He goes, "What? My name is not James. My name is James." It's like, oh, all right. Well, you should just go by James. It's a lot easier.
No.
But I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Like the pronunciation of the names over there, it's a little weird.
Yeah, it was this Spanish dude. Speaking of which, we went on vacation. We went to Hilton Head over the summer, and there was this dude who was giving like little golf cart rides to people back and forth to the beach because you had to walk over like this pier to get to it. And I introduced myself to him. He said his name was Simon. I was like, "Is it Simone?" He's like, "Yeah, Simone." I was like, "Okay, I'll call you Simone then."
Yeah,
because I really hate when Spanish people get their name Americanized. Something about that bugs me. Like, no, your name's not fucking Ernest. It's Ernesto, and that's fine. You get what I'm saying?
I like people that do that. I don't like that they do that, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
I'm no one to judge, you know.
Well, your name's Miguel.
Yeah, well, my middle name. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine if I was like, my middle name is
Angel,
Michael,
right?
or like Edward, or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like whatever your mama and daddy named, you keep that. Don't Americanize it to appease other people. Fuck that. All right.
That's actually a good message.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to just tell you something real quick because I kind of drifted while I was watching their segment about how people get into long distance relationships and how they don't work. Because basically what you end up doing is just talking to your phone the entire time. So the other person's personality is downloaded into your phone. So you're talking to that person, but you're really not talking to that person. You're talking to your phone. It's like the movie Her. Did you ever watch that movie?
Tell me about it.
It's basically this dude that falls in love with his phone, and the phone creates a personality, and it talks to only him. And then like the phone eventually hires like a call girl to go and have sex with him so they can have can you hear that?
Yeah, so they can have I hear it, but keep going.
So they can have like a sexual experience or something like that. And the girl has like the phone attached to her face or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like a whole thing. So, but basically this is what I think it is. People like Jesse, people like Jennifer, they fall in love with their phone so much that they use their other person's personality to fall in love with it even more.
Yeah, that's what happens. And then
when they meet in person, it doesn't work out because they're not the phone.
Yeah. And then like, and what was crazy is like, I'll keep telling the story because I have some more things that I saw that happen. Oh, you good. And she thinks the island is amazing. Cool. And this quickly went from like looking like a yoga session to looking like soft porn, right? Mm-hmm. And Harold is just standing there in the corner, like drooling at this whole display that they got going on, right? And Jesse has to have Harold leave for a minute because he got a boner and can't stand up, right? And then the producer, Nosy Heifer, you seen it? She asked how big of a problem did Jesse have? Essentially, she's like, "Hey, how big is Jesse's dick?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and she says it's big for her because that's what she's supposed to say as being in a relationship. Right?
Dude,
you know what
I'm
I mean?
glad you caught that too. Because the way that she said it, it was like, I'm hyping him up. Like, this is my man. I'm going to make him look good. So it makes me look good. But it was just hype. You know, he's not working with a fucking big tool. He's probably just got like a regular gun.
Yeah. Are you being a hater right now, though? Is that what you're doing?
I'm not being a hater. I'm just being realistic.
Are you hating on this man's dick size right now?
I'm just saying, like, it's very easy for just me to tell my partner, be like, hey, why don't you brag about this too? And then people around me be like, wow, well, he's got a big dick probably now because she said so, you know. It's like, so like now she's putting that idea on us because he probably told her, but he's just working with like a regular
a regular Dutch dick. I don't know what you call those.
That's it. Dutch dick. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. And so to finish their session, they did some like conjoined breathing or whatever it's called, where your breathings becomes one and all of this, and this all made him like, you know what I mean, love, and I say that in quotations, Jennifer more. And he hopes that she ends up feeling the same way by the time he leaves. And at this point, I'm not sure if this is love or an attempt to mend a bruised ego at this point. You know what I mean? Because he's not used to be left hanging like that. He's an influencer. He's a luxury stowaway or whatever the fuck he calls himself. He's that, right? And he has an ego. And he just had some girl, he says, I think I'm falling in love with you. Kind of just give him the, well, alrighty then. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt him a little bit. And he's trying to save face right now. So I don't know if it's love or trying to fix that bruised ego. And
that's definitely trying to fix that bruised ego.
Yeah. And then she says that she feels completed in so many ways by him. And she drops the words that Jesse has been looking for.
Oh boy.
How do you say it in Spanish?
Te quiero mucho.
That's what she said to him. And now they are officially in love.
Which I have to say doesn't even mean I love you. It just means like I like you.
And he don't know that?
He didn't even get a full I love you.
So it should have been te amo. Am I right in that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the difference between te amo and te quiero? Like, do they not mean the same thing?
No, te quiero is like I want you, like I like you.
Okay. I know querer is to want, but I didn't know if that was like a way that you say I love you.
Yeah, querer is like I like you, like I like her, I like him.
Yeah.
I like everybody. But like in a romantic way.
Oh shit. Well, maybe they're not officially in love then. I don't know.
So she's definitely not officially in love.
No. But I mean, according to what she's saying out of her face, she's officially in love. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And later they're back in the boat and they're heading to a luxury beach club. And Jennifer is excited to start their new in love life, but there's something that has been bothering her.
This took me by surprise because I thought, oh no,
it did not take me by surprise.
Wow.
Nope, I knew exactly what it was. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched the episode, let me go ahead and tell you so I can say what I think about this. Something is bothering her. And what's bothering her is that he has this single Playboy image on social media. The same one she fell in love with. The same one she's been following for multiple years now. Okay? That same image. All right? But he has posts from this week with other women. And Jennifer feels that people who see these posts would think that he was with all these women, and why shouldn't she think the same thing? Which I get, but if that's the case, she wasn't exactly like forthcoming with information either. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's stop right there real quick. There's something I want to unpack here.
Okay.
How do you feel about her saying that?
Well, at first I was thinking, wow, Jennifer is beautiful. And then I forgot that she is a jealous person. And she took it to a whole new level of jealousy this time around. Because the first time we saw her being jealous was with her ex-boyfriend, Team. Remember Team?
Yeah.
And he said something like, oh, I dated another woman before you. And she was also Colombian. And Jennifer lost it. Just because he dated a different woman that was Colombian.
Yeah.
She lost her mind. That is how jealous she was of this man dating another Colombian before her. Not during, not whilst dating, before her. She got pissed off. And like I was like, oh damn. So that's what. Because like also this whole time I've been like pretty much saying like, I like Jennifer and Debbie. Jennifer and Debbie, they have nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with it. They're actually kind of nice, decent people.
You still feel that way?
Not anymore about Jennifer, because now I just remember, oh yeah, she's jealous. Jimena, Jasmine. Jasmine from before the 90 days. It's like that level of jealousy. Like she's like Jennifer is able to control it a little bit more, so it doesn't show right away. But yeah, it's pretty fucking bad, man. It's pretty bad and it's very irrational.
Sometimes you realize the most aesthetically beautiful people have the lowest self-esteem.
The prettiest people do the ugliest things.
Yeah.
It's Kanye.
Yeah, that's fact. Shout out to Kanye West, old Kanye West, though.
Falls down. Yeah, that was a good Kanye.
All falls down
Great
Kanye West.
Kanye.
Yeah. And like, here's my thing. Like, all right, so I'll keep the story going and then I'll tell some more what I think. But he comes back with me, mojitos, and they talk, and you can see like the jealousy and insecurity starting. Day one. They ain't even left the private island yet. This is the next morning.
Yeah.
So they probably just went and had some I love you sex, and I got up and they went to go get some mojitos, and here's where we are, right? He explains that these are promotional posts, like he gets paid for them, and she's not okay with it. And I don't know, like, I just don't get, like, how is it people get into relationships and accept all of the shit they have a problem with? And then once they feel like they got their hooks in that person, they want to mold them into something completely different than what they claim to have fell in love with. I never got that. You know what I mean? Like, I had a friend of mine who's like, yeah, my girlfriend's getting on me about drinking. I was like, and I asked him, I was like, yo, where y'all meet? He's like, at a bar. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck you go to a bar looking for? Somebody not drinking? Accept what it is and figure out a way to deal with it. Don't just go in and start changing like she's doing. Because what's happening now is she feels like, okay, I got this dude. Let me start imposing my will. Or, I mean, essentially, let me start protecting myself because I'm fragile and I can't deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, you know, I don't know, set your expectations before committing. Then you don't have to go through this stupid shit. Like, this is stuff they could have talked about while he was getting his butt beat with leaves in Russia over the phone. It's like, hey, look, okay, I have issues with a man that's mine posting a whole bunch of like pictures with half naked women or any of that stuff. Like, so look, that's where I'm at. If this is a problem with you, where do we go from here?
Do you think that really pulls people in though? Like, do you think there's somebody like let's just say Mike from Before the 90 Days, somebody like Mike or Gino, Giggling Gino.
Shout out to him. Poor guy.
Somebody like those two guys scrolling through Instagram and seeing a post where Jesse is sitting on a nice beach, some clear water, the sun's hitting him, and there's two like attractive women next to him. Like, do you think that they're gonna look at that and go, "That's where I need to be. I'm gonna book myself a flight to Colombia and get to that private island"?
Maybe I don't know, but I don't know. I just feel like if you put all this stuff out front beforehand, like maybe you could decide which lifestyle is better for you. Maybe you much rather take pictures posed with half naked bitches than be in a committed relationship with anybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Then, you know, they can make their own decisions just like the other person can. And then you don't have to deal with this. And then what happens, you see the egos clash. Right after that. The tit for tat. And he was like, well, not for nothing. You were in a photo with the dude in the helicopter, but I ain't tripping.
Quick question. Did you go on her Instagram to look for that picture?
I didn't.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't find it.
No. Maybe she took it off.
Maybe she deleted it.
Yeah. Which is apparently a dude she dated.
Right.
And once again, this is another dude that she's dated that Jesse don't know about.
I think, okay.
Look, I'm not tripping about that, but don't act all holier than thou when you got when you got X Smash posted up on your wall too, or on your feed too. Like, you see what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I really do.
But is there a but coming?
Is it? Because she did give us a timeline. So it was a year ago. And she technically was still talking. She was still talking to Jesse.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think, whatever. I don't know. I don't like this whole situation. This is the beginning of every toxic relationship right here. Right? Yeah. This is what happens when you have two large egos in the same fucking room or in the same private island. Right?
Pretty
this
much.
is what happened. And then he explains, like, look, these posts that I do, I get paid for these. And then Jennifer's like, I get paid too. And then then he asks, he's like, well, did he pay you to go on a date with him? Which I thought was funny. Okay. I applaud the question for the sake of drama.
Yeah.
but he was essentially calling her an escort for hire.
It was a classy way to. It was not a classy way. It was a different way to do it.
Yeah, which could possibly be true, but you don't say that, especially when the words out of your mouth prior to this was "I love you."
He just doesn't fucking. It's just like, dude, you know, like I don't know. I feel like, see, this is why I'm so speechless, because to somebody like me and you, that will make sense to not say that.
Yeah.
To just keep it to yourself. To just like, maybe you have something, you keep it to yourself.
No,
You're
I've
more
had to work on that too. I've had to work on not being petty. I really have. You know what I mean? But yeah.
But when he does, you're like, huh, people still do that, huh?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's still a thing.
It's like,
Shit,
God
okay.
damn it, dude.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be one of those dudes who's just never gonna change. He's gonna be the same person forever. He's stuck in single. What did I call it? Single prison,
Yeah.
single jail for the rest of his doing life. He's doing life. This
Yeah.
dude doesn't care.
Yeah. And then she slaps him. Right.
Yeah. Okay, 1 to 10. How much you think that hurt? 2.
Yeah, I give it about a 2. That was that was one of those Christiana slaps. It was one of those producers like, hey, slap him. Right?
It had a nice sound,
Yeah.
you
Like,
know, but it didn't look like it hurt.
yeah, that's how you like swat a fly off somebody's face. It's not like a fuck you slap. Right? But she slaps him, she says fuck you, and she gets up and walks away. And now this relationship, instead of being a fulfilling relationship, became a chess match between two egos. And I hope that they figure it out for the sake of my prediction. That's it. For the sake of my prediction, I hope they figure it out. But what's happening right now, and I almost feel like this, is that Jennifer's upset because they had a match of egos and Jesse won.
He had the comeback.
Yeah.
He hit her with a pretty good comeback.
Yep.
She had nothing to say.
So then she grabs a mojito, she gets up and she walks away to go call Kwa Kwa. End of story.
Or as Jesse call him, Kakoa.
Well, Kaka. I'm going to call Kaka.
On this episode, he
The
called him
Kukui.
Kakawa.
This is a good call, Kukui. Huh? Right?
Yeah. He just changing the name. Just disrespecting Kakawa's name, which is, you're a fucking jerk. For
Yeah.
that. You're a jerk, Jesse. Jesse the jerk.
Jesse the jerk.
Doing life in single prison.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. So we ready to go live for this next one?
110%. We are ready to go live for this one. And we are live right
We are
now.
live. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Hello. We are on here right now covering The Single Life, Season 2, Episode 8. All right. And right now, Patreon's $1, all of this stuff. Just watch the ticker at the bottom of the screen. We'll give you everything you need to know.
Right. Real quick. So yes, EJ is right. Patreon is $1. Also, don't remember, I don't know what site it is, but whatever site it is on, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the little bell on the side to notify you whenever we go live. Because sometimes we schedule for 10 p.m. and we go live at 9:30. So make sure that you hit that little bell so it notifies you whenever we go live so that you don't miss any of this fun content. And of course, if you do miss it, then just make sure you subscribe so you can go back and see it. So
But then it's
check
more
that
fun
out.
when it's live. So bring your asses when we do it. You know what I mean? Come kick it with us.
And yes, another thing is, we are also going to be talking about the single life, but we're going to more specifically, we're going to be talking about Tiny Ed. So there's that Tiny Ed single life. It's gonna be a good one. I promise you, it's gonna be a good one. And before that, do you have anything else to add, EJ?
No, I think that's it. Let's talk about your brethren over there.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, let's talk about this tiny troll. Today they're gonna go hiking, I'm guessing, right? And she's taking him to all this little trails and everything, and his little legs are just not meant for hiking.
Oh no. It was so sad.
This poor man is just falling every 5 seconds.
It's like watching Humpty Dumpty with sneakers on. It was weird.
And you can't take this man anywhere like that. Wherever you go, make sure it's just a flat surface, because this man, he can't climb.
You think that's Coyote's way of saying to him, look, you can't be this fat for the rest of your life if we're going to build something, because yeah, you don't even look comfortable. Like, you know how some people are so big, they just don't even look comfortable.
Dude, sometimes I'm napping and I'm like, I need to breathe. Like, I can't, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, I feel weird. I need to do something. So, yes, that is one of my New Year's resolution, which I'm sure everybody else has something similar to that. But yes, losing weight. So I'm going to try to work on that. And maybe I'll go on, what do you call it? On a trail, and I'll go hiking. You know, maybe I'll put on
And
my
he'll
little,
fall down like his Mexican brethren, Big Ed did. They'll both fall down on the trail.
I might. I don't know.
And get mocked by a woman that's in better shape than him. Like,
Probably.
yep, that's what will happen.
So they make it to the top. They make it to what she calls La Cumbre, right? Which is just a summit. And
Yeah.
they're just admiring the view. It's really nice and everything. And then they see the what do they call those things? Like when you get onto like a little thing and you kind of fly or you throw yourself
Paragliding.
off. Okay, so paragliding.
Mhm.
So she suggests like, hey, maybe we do that as a joke. And he goes, yeah, absolutely not. I fucking barely made it to the top here. Now you want me to get on one of those? No, that's just not going to happen.
No.
So obviously it was meant as a joke and everything. And then as he starts complaining about this, she goes, shh, hear the birds.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, let me close my eyes and listen to the birds. And as he closes his eyes, a bunch of bugs start attacking him, which to us is like, oh, a fly, a bug. But to him, it's like he's fighting all this fucking demons. Like, you know, he should have had a sword and he's battling because to us, they're tiny, but to him, you know, they're a decent sized animal. So
It's because he's little. Like, so flies might seem bigger than him.
yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. You know what flies are attracted to. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, give yourself a horn for that. So then Kaori goes on to say that, you know, he is kind of cute, he's charming, he's cuddly, kind of like a small teddy bear. And she feels confident that this man is the right person to bring to her family. So she asks him, do you want to come meet my family and my kid? And Ed is like, yeah, what do you call your dad? Do you call him dad or papa? And she goes, I call him Lupo because he's my stepfather. And he goes, oh, okay, Lupo, sounds good. Then he gets attacked by flies again, which was kind of funny just to watch him struggle. He always struggles wherever he goes, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like a thing now.
Nothing is ever comfortable for him because he don't know who he is, so he don't know how to act. And I was kind of at first initially I was kind of mad when Coyote was like, yeah, I feel a connection with him, and you know what I mean. I think this might be something. But then I got to a point like, look, I'm okay with it. I'm here for it, right? If she is the catalyst to push Ed to be a better person, cool.
But
Good for him.
You also have to think about this, okay, EJ? And I'm starting to get that feeling. It's coming. Like her crazy is about to unveil.
You think she got something too?
Oh, dude, she's got a crazy. Yes, she's got a crazy. Because you have to think about this. Like people like Ed attract people like him. All right. So if Kaori, when she met him, she would have been like, absolutely not. No, we're not doing this. But somehow she was like, huh, all right, I'll give this a go. You know why? Because they attract each other. Just like how everybody that listens to this podcast, they're attracted to us and we're attracted to them. You know, it's like, what do you call it? Like, I always say it, like good people always find each other. Bad people always find each other. You always find your people. And I feel like they found each other for that same reason. And this is because she's got a crazy, and I feel like it's about to come out.
I'm not ready to believe Kaori is a bad person yet. Sorry, I ain't ready to believe.
Okay.
I'm not ready to believe that yet.
Her and her entire family are not ready to believe that Ed is the fucking person that he is.
They didn't seem to hate him too much.
Everybody's charmed by Ed, by the way. Everybody. The same way that we were all charmed by Ed on the first episode, on the second episode. And then by the time that he got to meet Rose, we were like, oh, this guy's a scumbag. And then
This dude ain't no good.
And then it went downhill from there, and it hasn't gone up again. He is very much hated in the 90 Day Fiancé universe. So Anyways, let's move it along to later that day. They're driving to see Kaori's family. He's with his mom, and they meet the family. They meet Monica, Lupillo, and also
Lupo.
well, yeah, Lupo, but his name is Lupillo.
Okay.
And it brings some
What was
generic
the sister's name?
Monica.
And the son.
It was like Edward or something like that.
The son?
Yeah. What is it? I didn't get it.
Carlo.
Oh, Carlo, right. I remember that because it didn't have an S. I was like, it's Carlos. You say Carlos. But yeah, Carlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brings some gifts and everything. And of course, he's being liked. And he talks about the kid and how he has long hair. And he's like, do you ever put mayo on your head? And everybody's kind of like looking at each other like, what the fuck did he just say?
Look, is this motherfucker serious?
Is
It's like, son, don't listen to this man. He crazy. He don't know what he's talking about.
Look at him. Don't listen to him. It's just like, oh yeah, we don't do that here. Sorry, I don't know who told you that that's okay. We don't do that here. And again, so far everybody likes him. Everything is good. And then he pulls out the gifts for the kid. And again, everybody's falling in love with him, and everything's going great. Now, then after that, he says that he knows where he stands with her, but he wants to know where she stands with him, mentally and physically, which means he's going to start pushing her to get intimate with him. And when she says no, he's going to be like, well, I gave you all these gifts to your son. I gave all the gifts to your father. I did all of this for you. And what are you going to do for me now? See, is the entrapment.
Dude, like I seen this before, like even on the talking head, he was like, I'm wondering if this is just a test for me. You know what I mean? He feels like he has to make a good impression on Carlo. You know, not because he's seeing this as a possibility of becoming a stepfather or a good role model for this kid, but maybe because Coyote might fuck him if this goes well. You get what
That's
I'm
what he
saying?
thinks. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, and if Carlo doesn't like him, then there's probably no chance in hell of him smashing. Like that's what it comes down to.
And when she says no, when she turns him down, he's gonna be like, well, I just gave her everything. You know, I try to treat the kid like he was my own. It's one day. You met him one time. And now he's going to start crying that he gave everything and that he's never going to find love. And we're supposed to feel bad for him. I don't know. He's going to start crying, dude.
Yeah.
He's going to start crying.
Yeah, I think this is just like all of these good deeds and gifts and cute little jokes is to make Coyote think higher of him, not because he gives a shit about a real connection with any of these fucking people.
Yeah. It's not about the connection.
No.
He's not about it. He says connections because he knows that's like a thing that people say. People just say connections. People say gaslighting. People say all those trigger words that people say. He knows those words and he uses them all the time. And he's just one of those people. That's just who it is. Tiny necklace sociopath. He's all the paths. To be honest,
all of them, all them paths.
Psychopaths.
Every damn one. Yep.
All the paths.
Path mark. He's all of it. He's all the paths, right?
All the paths.
Yeah.
All the paths lead to Tiny Ed. That's the way we can describe it.
Yeah. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
I kind of think Ed's fixing to have a girlfriend though.
Best case scenario.
It's looking like Ed's fixing to have a girlfriend, dude.
Best case scenario, this works out and they date for a couple of weeks and then she finds out who he really is and then he's going to move on to another girl.
No, but like
Best
he does
case
with
scenario.
everything, he's going to do something to fuck it up. Because like whatever, at this point, I still like Coyote. I do. You know what I mean? So what happens from here, I think whatever. I think she's good people so far. And I think that he's going to find some way to fuck it up because he's who he is.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, I still think she's got a crazy and she's about to unlock it in the next episode or two.
She about to take the mask off, Mig? Is that what's about to happen?
I think so. Yeah, just like Jennifer did on this episode, where like she was cool, calm, relaxed, and then on this episode she was like, "I'm a fucking crazy, jealous person." And
Yeah, because you see how
"Oh."
nonchalant she's been the whole episode. The second, like she's like, "I love you," it's like, and it's like, "Oh shit." Like, if I actually mean this, I could get my heart broke. It's like, get those bitches off your Instagram. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
now.
Yep. That's what happened.
I think Tori's gonna have one of those moments, dude. I think she's gonna unmask herself and be like, "I am also crazy." And he's gonna be like, "I'm a fucking necklace sociopath," and it's gonna be like, "All right, well, what do we do now?" It's like, well, let's not do this anymore. And
Look, if I catch you talking to any bitches online, I'm gonna come to your house and punch Teddy in the face. Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. She might be that type of crazy. I don't see it yet, and that doesn't mean it's not there, because I missed out on crazy a lot, like not paying attention.
Well, she's and I'm not saying everybody that is religious is crazy, but she gives that vibe like everything has to be done her way, or like the church's way, and there is no other way around. Like, she won't be happy unless that's done. And Ed is not that type of person. Like, he says he prays, he doesn't.
No,
pray.
he don't.
He doesn't.
Yeah, he was burning sage and blowing on rocks and shit. He don't do that shit either.
He's
and he damn sure don't hike.
Get somewhere. Yeah, he doesn't like.
Yeah.
So I think there's gonna be something involved in that. I think that he's gonna disrespect her religion or something like that, and she's just not gonna have it. And she's
and once again, this is the whole thing I'm talking about, where you, like, if it's not your thing, like if you really just hate hiking, which he hated that hike up there. You know what I mean? How long, like, if they get into a relationship, how long? It was like, yeah, that hiking shit, I ain't going. I'm gonna sit here with Teddy and watch myself on TV
and eat Doritos.
Yeah. Like, how long do you think before it gets to that? Because once again, people just don't present who they actually are when they present themselves to somebody, and then all of a sudden you gotta sift through the fucking manufactured version of yourself to show them the real version without shocking them too bad.
I 100% agree with you. When I was on the dating apps, you always saw a picture of me when I look horrible, a picture of me when I looked at my best, and then one is just like, this could be me every day.
Yeah.
So that way you had to be like, okay, so he's not a fucking mess. This is what he could look like. This is what this is down and out. Right here, but like, he's still all right. Like, he seems to be okay. Like that was my process of thinking. Like, I don't want you to be like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And I wasn't. Again, when I went on a date with Jenna for the first time, we pretty much just laid it all out on the table. I was like, this is me, these are my crazies. She's like, this is me, these are my crazies. And then we're like, cool, let's drink and hang out.
Let's figure out how to maneuver past this if we're going to keep doing this. But that's good to know. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
So,
and that's a healthy way to handle shit.
And, now we're married and in the middle of a fight.
Oh, it happens. It happens.
It happens. Yeah. It happens. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is, it is what it is. So
you're probably wrong, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. You're probably wrong.
Probably. I mean, yeah.
I don't even know what it's about, but you're probably wrong.
I'm probably gonna,
All right, you ready to keep it moving?
Absolutely. I am ready to keep going. And of course, the last person that we're going to talk. Oh, before we go, because I forgot we were on live.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to rate, review, subscribe on YouTube, comment on the video below. Check out the Patreon. It's $1 only. And of course, if you need our Venmo information, give us a tip. If you're like having a good time and you're like, I want to give this guys an extra $1, do it right there. Our Venmo is at the bottom of the screen. For the people watching, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. For the people listening, though, we're gonna continue talking about Stephanie.
Yep, we're talking about Stephanie today, right? And we catch up with her and Fred pre-bath. We'll call it that.
Pre-bath,
and they get undressed, and Fred hops in the bath with underwear on. Now look, I'm not the expert on baths. Like, I'm a shower dude. You know what I mean? But I don't think you do baths in underwear. I don't think that's how they work.
No, you don't.
I don't think that's how they work.
No.
It's like, how do you get your nuts clean? Right?
Do you think he's one of those people that use like clean nuts cream or something like that?
Like ball deodorant?
Yeah.
Yeah. He seems like
And
a ball deodorant dude. Yeah. That makes him quirky.
Maybe.
You know he's quirky. So yeah, he uses like ball deodorant and a chain wallet or whatever goofy shit that's quirky.
I fucking hate quirky people now. Oh, I just hate it. Oh, I hate it.
And so she feels like they're having fun, and the energy at like right now is very intense. And at this point, I'm just kind of rooting for her to just fuck the dude so she can stop saying shit like lose my celibacy. I'm sick of hearing it. I've never been so
we're
sick.
kissing, but I haven't been with a man in 2.5 years. Cool. And you're probably going to continue to do that if you... I can't believe it. If you don't shut the fuck up.
It's facts. You do need to shut the fuck up sometimes. Look. Let me explain this. This got weird. Like, she is a very weird person, and I don't know that Fred should sleep with her just because of how weird she is. Like, it's not gonna get no better. Like, you the first person been in there in 2.5 years. You think she's about to just not get weird on you?
Well, not also that, but yeah, no, that is true. That is true. But it just also reminded me of like how Debbie was like, then he told me to shut the fuck up.
I was trying to tell him nice things.
Like, I haven't been with the man in 2.5 years.
I have a dog who, for whatever reason, likes scratching at the door while I'm having orgasms. Right?
Oh man,
Jesus Christ. And somehow she feels like shit's coming full circle. Like, she feels like Fred is her beginning and end. Hold on. All right. 15 years later, the guy she blew under the bleachers in high school was in her bathtub after she set up a whole cookout to lure him there. And this is full circle. Shut up, girl. Shut up. Shut up. All right?
Dude, it was...
Hold on.
I can't stand her.
This is ridiculous, dude.
Can you give her another one, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Like, she tricked him into coming there and then acted like it's full circle. Like, no, this is you being weird, right?
Yeah.
And so then they make out, and she stops the makeout session once again to talk about her celibacy. All right. And after she fucks this guy, what the fuck she gonna have to talk about?
How she doesn't have it anymore?
Like, that's all she's talked about is her celibacy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be about how she was celibate for 2.5 years. We'll probably hear that for the next 2.5 years, right?
Yeah. I used to be.
Yep. And then she feels like she's going to invite him, okay, to end her celibacy.
Can you hit that quiff sound?
Huh?
One more time, please. Can you hit that quiff sound one more time?
She's going to invite him. This is how she proposes. This is how she proposes sex to this guy. This is a formal invite on June 22nd at 9 p.m. for you to have my celibacy. Do you agree? Please RSVP no later than June 23rd. Like, what the fuck, girl? Like, this is what's problem.
That's pretty wild.
Bro, like, and the thing is, like, dude, like, she has no game. Dude's still on board. He's like, sure, let's fuck. Like, that's all he's thinking about.
Of course he is.
He's like, oh, we trying to do it right here. She's like, she suggested to get out and get in bed. But before that happens, she wants the game plan positions.
So quirky.
Oh my God. Like, what the fuck? Do you, like, she said she doesn't enjoy sex, and now I see why. She plans it out. Like, she literally wrote down a list of positions. It's kind of hard to be in any moment when you're trying to follow like an itinerary. It's damn near impossible. It's like, okay, well, wait, I mean, this is great and everything, but I think we need to switch to like reverse cowgirl at some point because that's on my list here. That's number 4. And then all of a sudden, that's when what's in your head, as opposed to, oh, I'm having an amazing time right now. This feels amazing. I have broke my celibacy or whatever goofy shit she was saying. Like, she could have those conversations, but nah, I really didn't like her at all this episode.
Dude, she was awful in this episode.
Yeah, like following itinerary. Have you ever heard of paralysis by analysis?
No.
That's like those people who take so long to game plan something that they just don't do shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, and I've been that dude for a while, but like, this is the thing. Like, she's overthinking things that are by anybody else's standards pretty damn simple. Okay, like, you're about to have sex. It's either going to be good or be bad, but we don't have to script the whole thing out. We can just go in there and we can just, see where these feelings take us to. You know what I mean?
I don't want to sound like I'm playing devil's advocate here, but do you think that that gives her security? And she's trying to be like quirky about it, like, oh, this is how I hide, but this is what I want. You know, like this makes her feel better.
I don't know. I think she's one of those ones that, like, whenever they have sex, because I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they had sex. They didn't say it either way, because this is the end of the story anyway, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and assume they had sex. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure she was one of those ones that the whole time she's not thinking about the intimacy of having sex. It's all about, oh my God, I hope I shaved enough for him, or I hope my poom poom don't smell weird, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just get in there and just like be in the moment. It's all of this other shit that's going through her mind. It's like, oh my God, we got 4 more positions I want to try. I feel like he's getting close to being done. What the fuck do I do? Like, oh my God, like she's just sitting there freaking out, worrying about everything except what's going on. Mm-hmm. And so she's probably not going to enjoy this one either. So I wouldn't be surprised next week when she comes on here and says that it wasn't the greatest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, she's got so many personalities that she borrowed from that she doesn't know what she likes. So even if this was enjoyable to her, she would be like, I don't know if this was for me.
Yeah,
because she's not herself.
Because she's not in the moment about those things, and that's part of that. I mean, and that's a lot of the reason why I told you why I stopped why I stopped doing social media so much is that, you know, like if something cute happens with my kid, it's like, ooh, let me get my phone so I can post it. I remember feeling like that. I remember acting like that. I remember moving like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, this was cute. Let me get my phone and take a picture of her dancing so I can post it. Or stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like, nah, just be in the moment, bro.
I do it every once in a while.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I mean, I get that, to do it every once in a while. Like, but there are some people who every single moment they see is a beautiful moment. But the first thought is, I wonder how many people would like this.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no. See, for me is like, for example, like I'll go out with Jenna, right? We go out, we eat, we get food, I take a picture of it, and there's just like an angle where I'm like, oh my God, she just looks beautiful right now. I take it in. I save the moment for myself, and then I'm like, I want to take a picture of her right now. Boom.
Yeah.
And they're honestly, 100% of the time, they have been great pictures, because I've just like, there's just that moment where I'm like, this is the fucking person that I fell in love with right here. Take a picture of it for myself. I don't post all of them. Honestly, I post a few.
Yeah.
But I don't post all of them. I just keep them for myself. Because
no, I have pictures on pictures on pictures of stuff, but they're for me.
But the food, we do post the food.
Okay, I ain't mad at you for posting food.
Because also we want to be like, hey, this place is dope. You should check it out if you're in the area. And this shit is good. Like we just had like this like ice cream, like tuna ice cream cones. They're not like real ice cream. They're just shaped like an ice cream cone.
Oh, okay.
So it's a cone with like cream cheese inside, and it's got like all the shit inside the cone, and then the top, instead of ice cream or like an ice cream ball, it's just tuna. It's like a tuna ball.
Oh, okay.
It was just one of the fucking most delicious things I've ever had. So I was like on social media last night. I was like, boom, people, you guys got to check this out.
Respect.
That is,
and don't feel like I was knocking you for the way you do it. I mean, eventually I'll get back to like at some point, because I know we have to start doing this, but I've just been happier not fucking with social media like that. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, you can just get away from it.
Huh?
You can't get away from it. You got to do it because, like you said, for the podcast and
I know
comedy shows,
it's
open
going
mics,
down.
whatever. It's just unfortunately for us, we have to do it. But whatever, it is what it is.
All right. And you know what else this is? This is the end of the episode.
This is the end of the episode.
This is the end of the episode. So, you know what happens now? We got to go ahead and select our royal court. Are you ready for our intro music?
I am. But before we go into that, I just want to say one more thing.
What, Miguel? What? I
want to thank all of our Patreon members, especially the new ones that just joined us, Wendy and Jessica, for being part of the Patreon family, for joining us and for liking our crazy recaps that we do here. Like, you know, we've said it before, we don't know anything about these people. We just go by what we see on the show. And I'm glad that you guys like that. And hopefully we're about to hit full steam. We're going to have more shows coming. And I hope everybody likes what we do. And to all of our patrons, thank you very much for everything, for being so patient. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. We love you. Kisses for their foreheads. And a big horn for all of you. Now let's get into the royal shit show.
All right, let's go ahead and you want to go ahead and hit the music first? Is that how we do it now? All right.
Here we go.
Queen shit's easy.
Very easy.
All right. Yeah. We're just
She
gonna go ahead.
gathered the most farts throughout this episode.
Oh God, she was leaning into it.
She really was.
All right, shout out to you, Stephanie. All right, king shit. Who you got? This one
Jay.
gets a little more tricky.
I mean, it was Jay and Jesse. Jesse was pretty shitty on this episode, and he was in the episode. But Jay kind of like, his secrets came out. Like, this dude really ain't shit. Like, he really is shit because he is married and he lied about his age.
All right.
But he wasn't on the episode. So yeah, you're right. It's kind of tricky.
Yep. So who is our royal court for this evening, Meg? Queen shit?
Stephanie.
King shit? Come on. Come on. Don't be scared.
Jay.
All right. Stephanie and Jay, congratulations. Into the royal court goes the royal flush. Congratulations.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, dude, they didn't even work for it. Jay wasn't on the episode, and Stephanie's segment was the shortest.
Yeah, and we thought this would have been a whole W. She finally got some dick, right? I was like, all right, this is gonna be good. Like, there's no way she can mess this up, but she will not stop talking.
Like, how do you do that? The least amount of time, and you fuck it up.
I sit here and watch these episodes now, and I'm like, poor Erica.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel.
She had to deal with a lot.
Like, poor Erica. Yeah. Thank goodness thank goodness y'all split up, because that seems like a bum life right there.
And she moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah. All right, you got your title locked and loaded. Let's do this.
I believe so, yeah.
All right. And once again, everybody, we love y'all. To our two Patreon members, new Patreon members. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. And a happy new year again. And so until the next time you see us, we got some new episodes coming out actually within the next week or so. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, yeah.
And until next time, this has been The Single Life, Season 2, Episode 8.
I'm inviting you to my vagina.
Have a wonderful night.